Hello and welcome to another episode of Ready, Set, Recap, where we recap what's been going on. I'm Daniel, joined as always by my best friend Skyler.
Welcome to the show.
This week in the news, we've got brand new trailers for Spider-Man Brand New Day, as well as a teaser for Harry Potter, as well as just some really unfortunate things going on over in the games industry. That's right, it's every week this year so far. But before we get into all that, Skyler, what's been going on with you this week?
A whole bunch of stuff to watch is going on. First of all, baseball started. Yay!
Baseball.
Yay! Been watching a bunch of opening games and stuff. My team, of course, is the San Diego Padres. We lost our home opener real
I
bad.
thought you were a big Oakland A's guy.
See, joke's on you, buddy. They're not even in Oakland anymore. Oakland lost all of their sports teams because they suck.
What's another California team that you hate real fast that I can make fun of you for?
California. I never root for San Francisco teams, so the Giants. You could say the Giants.
Okay. All right. I'll keep that. I won't right now, but we'll come back to it.
All right. Anyways, yeah. So woohoo baseball. I'm gonna throw this in there because it's something I did, and I think it's kind of funny. I watched season 2 of Ted. Season 2 of Ted came
okay.
out.
Yeah.
I don't really get it, but that show is so funny.
It
Like, how did it have? Because like I haven't watched Family Guy in years,
Right.
and I also haven't watched American Dad in years. Although I did like that better. Seth MacFarlane is not someone that I think of in like the upper echelon of like, oh man, that guy's funny, and I don't think the Ted movies are any good. That's me personally. I just don't think they're funny.
yeah. I
But
haven't
this
watched
show
them.
is hilarious.
Here's the thing. I keep seeing like trailers and shit for it, and I look at it and I'm like, this does seem pretty funny. And then every so often, it'll be like, I'll see like a clip from it, and I'm like, oh, I don't know, man. Like something about it is funny, but at the same time, I'm like, man, you're like teetering on a line where it's like, I don't know how much of this you think is a joke.
Seth MacFarlane's DNA is very much in there. It's very Family Guy coded.
Yeah, well, the
Where
bear Ted, I
it's just
assume,
yeah.
is just little
Seth MacFarlane.
Peter. Yeah.
Yeah, basically, kind of, yeah. It's 100% that comedy, but I don't know. I've watched both seasons 1 and 2, and I'm like, I like this.
Mm.
I hope they do a third season. I don't know if they're going to, but I would watch it. It's a funny show.
That's on Peacock, right?
It is.
Yeah. I don't think they have a ton of like huge successful shows on Peacock, so if that's doing numbers, I imagine they'll keep it going. The biggest thing on Peacock I know about is Traders. So,
Yeah. For me, Peacock is the app that you go to when you want to like rewatch like they have The Office, they have Parks and Rec, they have Modern
oh.
Family, they have like that's what I assume that's what 90% of the people are subscribing to. My family was watching The Good Place on there. I don't know if they have Friends or if that's on something else. Yeah, for me, Peacock kind of like paid for itself because it used to have all the WWE pay-per-views. Now they've
Yeah.
moved to
Netflix?
something else.
I think?
No, it's an ESPN thing now, so I actually get that through the Disney Plus app.
It's
Everything is everywhere all of the
yeah.
time.
Every wrestling everywhere all the time. Vince McMahon covered in googly eyes.
Ew.
Man, yeah, trying to keep up with where WWE stuff is over the last 2 years or so has
it's
been
a nightmare.
impossible. Actually impossible.
It's a nightmare.
What else did you do this week?
I did see a movie. I saw a pretty good movie. Project Hail Mary, starring Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, that's one of the big ones for the year.
The new sci-fi epic based on a novel written by the guy whose name escapes me, but he wrote The Martian.
It's based on a novel?
Yeah.
I saw exactly one thing about this movie, which was that apparently the little spider rock guy was like not supposed to talk, but then he gets to talk because Ryan Gosling or whoever thought it was funny or something. So that's weird to me that it's based on a book then. Because it's like, did he talk in the book?
I have no idea. I didn't read the book.
Someone get back to us on that. Leave a comment. Read the entire book and then let us know.
Andy Weir, he wrote The Martian, which became a big successful movie, and then he wrote Project Hail Mary. The book came out 2021, I think, and immediately hit that pipeline of we're going to make this a movie. And I have read neither book, but I've seen both movies, and I like this better than The Martian.
Oh, okay.
The Martian's not a bad movie by any means, but I like this one better.
I remember when you watched The Martian, you were like, that part where he uses the air thrust out of his hand to fly, that's so unrealistic. That would never work.
You're making this up. I've never said anything about The
remember,
Martian to anyone.
You've never nothing about it at all. Not you didn't say the thing I said. You've never spoken about the Martian.
Not
you
once.
will not. I don't talk about Marvin the Martian. I don't talk about Martian Manhunter.
Until this very recording, no one knew I even saw that fucking movie. So I don't. You're lying.
Makes sense. Yeah, no, you're right. You got me.
Did I do anything else? I feel like that's enough.
Fun week.
Yeah.
Sounds like a fun week. My week was less eventful. Well, maybe, I don't know, less like talk worthable. That's not a word, but that's what we're going with. I spent a big part of my week sort of apartment hunting to an extent.
Yeah.
I mean, I already knew which apartment I wanted. It's in the same complex I'm in now, but it has a garage and an extra bedroom because I've sort of outgrown my place. Like I need more space for storage and for an office and potentially for a podcasting space. That might be cool. Mm-hmm. So not to get ahead of ourselves on that one too much, but yeah, that's something that we've been looking into. There's a floor plan in my current complex that's like $45-ish more a month and has all of those things. Like it's bigger, the living room is bigger, it has a garage, which is for any of you who don't live in Texas, it's very nice to have a garage in the summer so that you don't go and sit in your car and then immediately turn into a baked potato.
Or I'll say any time of the year, because like randomly hail will just come in and
for sure
fuck everybody's life.
It's
for
insane.
A night.
Yeah, Texas is the grand line. The weather changes.
It makes no sense.
Makes no sense.
In fact, it was like warm yesterday.
Yeah,
I just went out to walk my dog, and it's like 50 degrees.
Yeah, it was.
So you want to tell me what's going on?
90 degrees less than 48 hours ago, and now it's 50, 60. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, having a garage would be really nice. And I actually don't think I've told you yet, but I got it. I got the apartment.
It's real. It's happening.
It's happening. I've lived in my current apartment for 4 years, so it is going to be like weird to drive past my current apartment to go to the new one because it's in it's 2 buildings down. Like it's really close. But I move in on the 10th, April 10th. So that's pretty soon, which means I have to spend a lot of time in the near future packing a lot of mostly books and video games.
Very cool.
So that's my life. Other than that, I just got back from a One Piece card event. There was a pre-release event for OP-15, which is called something something Kami's Island. It's like based on Skypiea again, which is weird because they've already done that once, but whatever, we're back.
Yeah.
And I guess it's not just Skypiea. Like it's a lot of like Skypiea and some like East Bluish stuff. So there's like Don Krieg is a big character in it. Thriller Bark is big in it, which Thriller Bark isn't East Blue, but you know what I mean. And these pre-release events, you don't play with a deck that you come in with. You open 6 packs and you make a deck out of that. And I much prefer that because I don't care is not the right word for it, but it's like
it evens the playing field against people who like I have this $400 deck that I built last week and it's
$400 honestly low. Some of these One Piece decks people are rolling in with like $800 decks. I'm not kidding.
Come on, man.
And it's like they'll roll in and they'll be like, yeah, I've been playing this deck for, a year and a half, and I spent this amount of money on it, and I play it on the simulator every night, and it's like, man, I literally just here to hang out and have fun.
I have too many hobbies to do that.
Yeah, like I can't be doing all that. Like I got like a job and shit. Like I can't. So these ones are a lot better in my opinion. And I'm better at them also, which I think helps. It was 3 rounds. I won 2, lost 1.
Hey, nice.
So pretty good. Pretty happy with that. And I didn't pull anything super crazy in terms of cards, but I did get a Thriller Bark Nami. So it's her in the wedding dress from that bit. And I pulled, so you get 6 packs to build your deck, right? And then you get a pack per win. So I got two packs for winning. And in my normal packs, my ones like to build my deck, I got that card, the SR Nami in the wedding dress. And SR is like the lowest rarity of chase cards, if that makes sense. Like if you open 4 packs, you're probably going to get an SR. Like it's relatively common.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, it's
Okay.
kind of bummer. Like that was the only even remotely close thing to a hit I got in those packs. And then for my 2 win packs, I got an actual hit, but it's the exact same card, but just the alt art version.
Okay.
So it's the exact same Nami card, but just a higher rarity and a slightly different art. I guess this is my girl now. It's just Nami in the wedding dress. That's that she decided to rock up. That's the character that we got today.
Yeah, we'll take it. Nami's great.
But it was a lot of fun. I really like those pre-release events. I think they're the best way to play, quite frankly.
Cool.
Only other thing I did this week is, of course, continue watching Survivor.
Yes.
Survivor, what a fun one. Didn't like this episode.
Tough week.
Didn't like this episode. Not because it was a bad episode necessarily. Didn't even have Zach Brown in it. So, we were already on an upward trajectory.
That's true. We should talk about the past too, since we weren't here last week.
Yeah. So the last week's episode, the reward challenge was that Zach Brown would go out. Zach Brown of the Zach Brown band of I Like My Chicken Fried, Toes in the Sand, yada yada, etc., etc.
If you'll remember the famous, very famous at this point, moment in United States history where we went from a live news feed of, I believe it was Ukraine.
No.
It was Have you not seen this?
No.
Oh my god, it's an amazing. I'm gonna have to find it and send it to you. It's this great. It's a horrific shot of like Ukraine. I think it's Ukraine, right? I don't remember exactly.
A war.
But it's
clearly.
Yes. And like there's sirens going off, and like you can see like smoke pluming in places, and then it goes to the play-by-play. We're going to ad time now, because you can still see the war footage in like the corner.
Oh, they do picture in picture like it's a fucking WWE match.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God.
And it goes to this funny. You can hear the little bit of chicken fried.
Go beer on a Friday
night.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's truly America at its best over the past 5 years, I gotta say.
I will say I don't think that I hated the Zach Brown stuff in Survivor as much as the fan base in general seems to have.
Sure.
I think it's weird that he got multiple confessionals in the episode. I think that that's stupid. The challenge, so it was a reward challenge where the prize was that Zach Brown would go spearfish your dinner for you, and then I assume somebody else would cook it while he like sang you songs, Ken from Barbie style on the beach.
Yeah, exactly.
And it seems, it seemed like most of the people were having a fun time. Even the people who, like, for sure 100% did not give a fuck about Zach Brown. Like, Tiffany was on the tribe that won. No shot in hell she gives a fuck about Zach Brown. She's, like, Gen Z.
People kept saying, people were like, oh my God, he got me through. And I'm not
Dee
familiar.
Valadero, I don't believe her for a second, first of all.
I'm not familiar with Zach Brown and his discography, right?
Sure.
But really?
Yeah, I know, right?
All I know is the chicken fried, so
I know that one, and I know the one where it's he's got toes in the sand or whatever, that one. I think the song is just called Toes, which is hilarious. You got Colby there, and like I 100% believe that Colby's a huge Zach Brown fan. I don't doubt that for a second. I think Coach was there. Coach is just a fan of everything. He's just a fan of life experiences, so he's having a good time for sure.
I mean, the fact of the matter is, it is a television show, so they were like, "Hey, Zach Brown's coming. He's sponsoring this episode or whatever.
Some shit
we're
like
gonna talk him up. Everyone say you love him,
right?
And of course, they're gonna say that. Why wouldn't they?
Exactly. And you know what? And if I was on the show, I would too. I would for sure pretend that I really like Zach Brown. I'll be honest with you. I don't mind those 2 songs. I think they're pretty okay. They've got a vibe. They could work at a cookout. Why not? Fuck it.
It's not singing about how much you want to drive your beer and drink your truck, so it's fine. It's better than
exactly.
Better than a lot of stuff.
Anyway, the point of him being in the episode, or me bringing up him being in the episode, is like, so that is one of the most watched episodes of the show so far. But it's the whole season has been, so I don't think that that's a Zach Brown thing. Just because, it's the first time we've had a returning season for a long time, so everyone's like, oh my God, it's Suri from Big Brother and Traders and 5 other seasons of Survivor. It's also the lowest rated episode because the fan base was like, get him the fuck. He's on screen for like 30 minutes of the episode. He's in there for a long time.
It's about like half. It's more than half.
It's hilarious too. So he goes spearfishing at one point with this, like, I mean, it looks like the fucking thing Jill used to kill the Nemesis. Like, it's huge. It's ridiculous. Like one of the most insane spear guns I've ever seen. And then Ozzy over
It
his
has
tribe
to.
didn't win, and he's just like, you
Yeah.
know what? I don't need Zach Brown. I can spear my own fish. He goes out, and I'm sure smaller fish, but he goes out and spears. I think he said 8 fish just by himself because he's Ozzy.
With a stick.
Yeah, with a Hawaiian sling, literally just a spiky stick with a bit of elastic to shoot.
Yeah.
The man's an animal. He's an animal.
The true tragedy of that episode is who got voted off.
Yeah, man. In back-to-back weeks, like 2 of my boys are gone, and I'm not happy about it. The boot order in these last 2 episodes has gotten worse. This week was a double elimination. So I guess it's a little okay. And the other person, like, the person who got voted out first, I guess I shouldn't say who it is, but like the person who got voted out first, I wasn't upset to see them go. I don't think that person ever really had ambition of winning. Like, I think that they were just there to hang out and have fun.
To be part of it.
And I love that. You know what?
Yeah.
If I had played before and they invited me back, I'm probably not going to win against like these ringers, but I'm going to go and I'm going to have a ball, right? I do it, it's one of those situations where it's like,
you wish
all of these
she
people
was
I wish
around a
could-
little bit longer.
Yeah,
Sure.
I enjoy her. I think she's fun. She is one of the people who I was like, like we probably could have gotten somebody more exciting for that slot, but it is what it is. However, the second person who got voted out, that one actually pisses me off a lot, like a lot. That one really hurt. The person who went out last week, that one hurt, but I was like, okay, he doesn't stand a chance. The person who went out this week, second,
Yeah.
upsetting. And I knew it had to happen at some point. I've got too many people in this season who I love. There was no shot that I was going to make it basically any further than this without one of like my actual like beloved children getting voted out of the show. But the way it happened too, like, really pisses me off. It's really turned me against our boy Riz God.
Are we denouncing Rizzo? Are we denouncing
you
him?
don't have to, but I am. Yeah, for me personally, maybe I'll come back around on him, but right now I'm just like, I'll never forgive him. I'll never forgive him.
I don't think we've officially said, especially now that since I'm watching the season, we haven't declared an official we're backing this person on Survivor this season.
Well, I did. Because one of my predictions for the year was who the 3 people that I wanted to win were. One of whom is no longer in the game, but the other 2 are in there. But you could pick your boys. I think at one point you said Mike White, which oops.
Well, no, I mean, but again, I wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't anticipating him to go the distance.
Did you unrelated? Did you hear that he was like he got special treatment after he got voted out? He got to go to like a different part of Ponderosa where he didn't have to hang out with the other people who got voted out, and he just wrote the entire next season of White Lotus like on the beach.
Dang.
What a king.
I mean, that's pretty cool. I should watch White Lotus probably. People really like that show.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know who I want to win at this point.
I've got a couple enemies at this point. Like I've got my besties and then I've got enemies. And as soon as the season ends, my enemies will stop being my enemies. But right now, like D, I don't trust that. I don't trust that at all. She got to go. Rizzo, he's dead to me.
Oh no, yeah, we're done with the era of Rizzo's over.
It was a really good episode. I just like really hated who got voted out. So that's
I fuck with Ozzy a lot.
Ozzy's good.
He threw a tantrum.
And he will again. That's the thing. That's one thing I can tell you 100% about Ozzy. He's got some thin skin, and he does not. He takes being lied to surprisingly harsh for a person who's been on as much reality TV as he has.
Yeah. Is Christian one of your enemies, Christian Hubicki?
No, he's too busy shitting his pants. I can't be mad at him.
He did shit his pants.
He's already gotten worse than I could wish on him. He shit his pants on national TV.
That's true. That's true. That puts him in the Hall of Fame. You know what? I'm gonna say my boy. We're gonna officially go all in on Rick Devens.
I do love Rick Devens. He wasn't one of my guys that I named at the beginning, but I love Rick Devens. I've like, if I was playing, I think that I would be a combination of Rick Devens and Charlie, but like in the body of Rupert, which is not a person who's on this season, but people who know. Basically, he's just a big hairy guy. That's the joke. Anyway, let's get into the news, I think.
The fun news or the depressing news?
The fun news. We'll start with the fun news, I think.
Okay, good.
Yeah. The first bit of fun news we got here. I actually don't know for sure if you watched it, but we got the new first trailer for Spider-Man: Brandest Newest Day. Yay!
Yes, I did watch that.
Okay, I assumed you would, but I didn't see the confirmation. So I'll be honest with you. I know
Hmm.
that this movie's going to be good. I feel like this trailer did nothing for me. I don't know what that emotion is. I don't, you know what I mean?
I think
Um,
that's your reaction to a lot of trailers,
I
though.
know. Why am I like that?
No, because listen, I'll tell you why. I'm gonna back you on this because the Hollywood system has made us pessimistic.
That's fair.
Like you
But I
don't.
think the movie will be
Why would I ever
good.
trust?
I do.
I get vibes from this that I really like. We've obviously mentioned before. This is the director of Shang-Chi, which is a fun, good-looking movie at a lot of points. Not all the points, but a lot of points it is.
Right, right.
Uh,
The parts that don't look good, I would say, are probably not the director's fault.
this trailer, I don't know if you've seen this, it's going through the same exact thing on the internet that like the previous trailers for, hang on, I have to remember what it's called. No Way Home was going through.
The third,
You
yeah,
know, do you remember like in the trailer there's the shot of Spider-Man like swinging towards three separate enemies
right.
and there's a
And
lot
people were
of
like,
empty negative space and then why does it look like an invisible person just kicked the lizard in the face?
right,
Uh th- we're going through that right now where everyone's like,
right. There's
Spider-Man's jumping and this background looks like
looks real
CG
CG.
bad. So to the point where it might be a different location when the actual movie comes out and there's a
Mm,
lot of negative space where like other characters could be and we haven't even seen
yeah,
Sadie Sink in the trailer really. We
we
saw
don't.
like someone who could be her for a second.
Mhm. We don't know who
Um
Sadie Sink is playing yet either, because they're doing the exact same thing where they're like, oh, clearly there's other heroes in this shot, and for some reason a lot of people are like, it's probably Daredevil, which I could see. I wouldn't be against that. I mean,
he's kind of busy right now.
he's got some shit going on though.
That's what I did forget to mention during the what did we do? Daredevil came out well the first episode of
Right,
season
haven't
2.
watched it
And
yet, but apparently it's
I
really
did what
good.
Yeah, it's just the next step. It's the first part of the new season.
Hell yeah.
There's nothing really to write home about happened yet.
Right. Oh,
It's just as good as last time
and they also
so
announced that
far.
there's going to be like a Punisher special that comes like after that, but before
Yeah,
Spider-Man, I think.
we knew
Oh, I didn't.
that.
I didn't.
I still don't remember what day or like what part of the year it's coming out, you know.
Whatever the NRA's favorite holiday is, 4th of July, I guess.
Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, something. So I've never been fully sold on the idea that Sadie Sink will be playing the rumored Jean Grey. But I will say
Yeah,
the word mutation did get thrown around in this trailer. So
that's true. That's absolutely true.
if that's where we're going, there's that, comic where Spider-Man is like, "What the hell's going on to me? Am I a mutant?" And then he goes and talks to the X-Men.
Right.
That
Well,
that's a hell of a paraphrase of what happened, but
yeah. There's some weird stuff going on in this trailer. So we get like what I'm assuming is just, probably some kind of montage of him beating up random dudes, because we see Scorpion,
yeah,
we see the Punisher in a car chase, there's Tarantulas there, there's like another guy. There's some person
yeah.
who's like jumping between bodies at one point. He might actually be the main villain. I don't know who the main villain is at this point.
That
Um
that shot definitely looked like that was leading to a main villain.
I would hope so.
Can I say that I hope that Scorpion isn't just in that montage? I can totally see it happening,
Yeah.
but I really like that actor.
My boy Vaz,
Yeah.
or Vase if you're nasty.
Well, to me and a lot of people, he's Nacho Varga from Better Call Saul.
Oh, okay. There's parts of this where I'm disappointed, and there's parts of this where I'm excited. I think that I'm going to be really interested to see the relationship between him and MJ in this,
Yeah.
but I'm also disappointed that we're just doing that again,
Yeah.
because it's like this would have been the perfect opportunity to bring in some of his other supporting cast, bring in a Harry
Yeah.
Osborn, bring in a Stacy, bring in a, whoever. And it doesn't look like we're doing that. I feel like if we were
No.
doing that, at least one of them would have been cast or something by now. And instead, here we are, just running
Well,
back Ned and MJ. And
well,
that's fine. I like those people, but
at least Tom Holland and Zendaya get to work together as husband and wife.
yep, now they're married. Is it weird?
That's
She
fun.
seems like a lot happier in this than she has been in the previous movies. Is it weird that she forgot who her boyfriend was and now she's happy?
Listen, she was a weirdo, angsty teenager, and then now she's like an adult, so she's
Yeah.
found her identity, her
Yeah.
her adult freedom. So it has nothing to do with Pete. Well, you think Peter just transfers misery to people?
Honestly, that would
And
be
now
consistent
that
with the comic books.
now that he's alone, the misery has nowhere to go, so that's why he's sad and depressed Peter, which everybody loves, by the way.
I
Everyone loves when Peter's having the worst day of his life.
and he's had so many bad days.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man Big Bad Day.
Mm-hmm. That's the next one. That's
That's
the
the
next
next
movie.
one. My other hot take, potentially, is that I think the ninjas look really bad. I think the costumes on the ninja are like one step from Party City. Like they look real bad. I assume it's the hand, because of course it
Yeah.
is. And I
Yes.
think that's also a big reason why people believe Daredevil's in the movie, because obviously in the Netflix show
Hey,
they were like his main villain for a minute there.
the hand were just as big a part of the Iron Fist show as they were
Oh, you're
in
right.
the.
Everyone's favorite defender, Danny Rand, going to show up again. That would make more sense, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I think they look on par with how hand ninjas looked in Daredevil. I'm not remembering. I remember the first, like, when Daredevil fought Nobu. He was just wearing like a red ninja outfit.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't
But
know.
that was a TV show budget. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's not, and I think also maybe it's because they're just like in bright ass daylight.
That's
The
the I and I hate that we're at this point where, like, because what does a trailer mean if they can just show you straight up lies? And Marvel's been doing that for a
They
while.
love it. It's their favorite thing. I wouldn't be shocked. Here's the thing. If we get to the movie, there ain't even fucking ninjas in it, and that's why they look so bad, is that they've just been photoshopped over something else.
Yeah,
I
it's
would
not.
I wouldn't even bat an
Don't
eye.
even don't even count that out as impossible. Is the crazy part. This could very much be one of those movies where you get like a sizzle reel of like not in the film, not in the film, not
Yeah.
in the film shots from the trailer. That could very much happen.
I mean, shit. Anyway, I'm really excited for it. I think the movie's. I genuinely think the movie's going to be really good. I just think
It's
that
looking good right now.
the trailer was pretty hit and miss for me, where I was like, we are just doing the same shot from Spider-Verse here, huh? We're just taking that one. It's a good shot. I get it, but like, we're just doing that one.
Yeah.
Keeping on track with getting first looks at shit, the Harry Potter show got a first little
Mm-hmm.
teaser trailer. There was a bunch of pictures that leaked out beforehand, and then this teaser came out that just had all of the pictures pretty much in it anyway. We got our first look at a lot of the characters, including Nick Frost as Hagrid, all the our big three, Harry, Ron, Hermione in their unis. We get a shot of Harry Potter at human school, which is weird. I don't know if we got that in previous movies. I don't even remember that
Not
being in the
not
book, to be honest with you.
it is in the
I
book.
don't even remember it.
It is in the book.
It's from
It's not in the
100 years
movie.
ago.
It's not in the movie, but there's like a part in like chapter 1 where they're just talking about how even the people at the school don't like Harry because he's a little fucking nerd weirdo.
He's
I
a
don't
little
know.
little baby bitch boy.
Exactly. Exactly.
We see the Dursleys' house. It's the same house. It appears to be the actual literal same house.
There was a lot in. I only watched this trailer once on my phone, as all things are meant to be watched.
Right. That's how I'm going to watch
And
Oppenheimer.
oh yeah, go ahead. Your arm's gonna get tired. Let me tell you, it's a long movie.
I'll rest it on something and lay down.
No, you gotta hold it
Oh,
out, extended entirely in front of you. Um, I was surprised by how much of this like visually looked almost exactly the same as like the
yeah.
first movie.
I
To the
genuinely
point where
think
I
it's
was
the same
like,
sets.
if this looks so similar, I understand that there's beats from the books that weren't hit in the movies, and
Mhm.
obviously you can expound upon those, but if like the visual language is so similar, and that's not to say that it will be, but
Sure.
if it is,
Sure.
why bother?
Why bother? And I'm in a similar boat, right? I'm like, I understand doing it as a TV show. Frankly, I think it might work better as a TV show because it is this like longer form storytelling. There's a lot of stuff that had to get cut. I hope that they add more unique content, like brand new content of just different characters doing shit that didn't happen in the books even. I would be okay
Mhm.
with that. The best thing that they could have done, and what I wish that what they would have done, or what they will do in some other time period, is just tell a different story. Just tell a different story in this
Mhm.
world. Like, there's so many interesting things that you could just do any other years at this school, other than the like 7 or whatever that he was there, that Harry was
All
there.
right. All
There's some
right.
other shit going on.
I've been stricken with genius.
Yeah.
Ready?
Okay.
Peep this. We're gonna put our tinfoil hats on.
Wait, hold
All
on.
right.
Okay, I got it.
The reason why this looks so visually similar, right, is we're gonna go through the season one is gonna be the Philosopher's Stone, right?
Right.
And there's gonna be certain key things throughout the movie that's just or show rather that's just straight up different than what happens in the book and what happens in the previous movie. And then when we get to season two, there's just gonna be things that are like factually inaccurate. And then when we get to season three, we're gonna learn that like original Hermione is like time turnering. You know what I mean?
Oh, we're doing a
This
cursed
and
child.
it's connected, and we're gonna do just different things. By the time that we get to the end with like the big battle of Hogwarts against Voldemort,
Sure.
different people are gonna die and different people are gonna survive.
Ron dead. Hermione
Yes, dead also.
loses both of her legs.
Harry Potter dead.
Dead. And doesn't come
Neville
back.
Neville saves the day, then dies
Then
of a heroin overdose.
the only survivor is Luna Lovegood for no reason.
And she doesn't even do magic this time.
No, she's a squib.
She's a normal kid.
Okay, so I had a couple of like big takeaways from this. I've seen a lot of people being like, "Oh, it doesn't have enough color." I somewhat agree. I think it does look a little dark, but I'm also like, frankly,
irony
surprised that
there.
it looks as good as it does for a TV show. So I'm like kind of okay with it.
Saying this doesn't have color. Do you remember the last, I'm gonna say like 7 Harry Potter movies? They're basically black and white.
They get progressively darker. Yeah, I think Nick Frost looks a little goofy as Hagrid, but I think when we see him talking and acting, I'm like, no, that's right. That's the right guy for the job. They nailed
Yeah,
that.
the trick there is we've known a very specific Hagrid our
Yeah,
entire
a
lives.
beautiful man.
Wonderful man, right? Whose name absolutely escapes me right now.
Hold on.
May he rest in peace, because he did pass away. He was in a couple of James Bond movies, I can tell you that.
Robbie Coltrane.
There you go. Come on, ride that train.
That Coltrane.
We're so like him as Hagrid is so burned into our core memories, and also we're very, very, very familiar with who Nick Frost is
Right.
as a comedy figure. So when you just kind of like swap them, our brain is like trying to tell us
Yeah.
like this must be a Saturday Night Live bit or something.
I'm gonna
But
be imagining him as Hagrid, but also as his character from was that him in Attack the Block?
yes, the
Yeah.
drug dealer.
Yeah.
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 Um,
It'd be great. Hey guys, none of this is real. You've just been on magic mushrooms.
I don't know, man. We're gonna obviously see what happens when this comes out as far as ratings go, because obviously the Harry Potter fandom, I'll use the dirty word,
Here we are.
is so it's in a very weird spot right now where there's people who will absolutely watch this because they love Harry Potter and they separate all the bullshit that J.K. Rowling says,
Right.
and then there's people who will not or cannot separate it and they say no, boycott this 100%, which it's their right to say that.
That's also valid. They're fine.
And then we're just gonna see if younger people, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, give a shit. I don't know if they do.
I truly have no idea. I really don't.
No.
I do think I pretty much guarantee it's going to be the biggest show of the holiday for sure. 100%.
I think
there's no doubt.
I think it'll do some big numbers,
well,
especially just because it doesn't look bad.
No, I think it looks pretty good actually.
Yeah.
Some of the casting is weird to me. Like there's pictures of the new kids next to the original kids, and I'm like, for some reason they look younger, and that's probably just me because I'm like old.
Maybe.
But there's aspect where like Ron especially is like, that's a fetus. That's an actual fetus child.
He's a little baby boy. He's just 6'7"ing on his way to the Hogwarts Express.
Yeah. And you know, frankly, I think they got really lucky with the casting in the original one that all three of them grew up to be like really hot.
Yeah.
If and this one's going to take apparently even longer to make because they're taking years off in between the seasons. I don't know if you heard that. So it's going to take for fucking ever for this to finish, assuming that they actually finish it. They're gonna be like full ass adults by the end of it. Like they're gonna be old, and we're gonna be dead. So
well, I can make this promise to our listeners right now.
yeah,
If this comes out and if I do watch it, I don't know, I can't guarantee that, but if I do, and it sucks, I will let you know.
Yeah.
Because my relationship with Harry Potter is very strange. Because for the first like 4 movies, it was one of the most important things in my young life.
Sure.
And then after that, I basically started to just hate it. So I'll let you know if this sucks, and I'll also let you know if it's good. We're playing straight down the middle here.
I do think it'll probably be good. Like I think all of the clips, even the acting from the kids, I thought was good. Maybe they just picked. It's possible they just picked the handful of good scenes, but it does seem like they're actually just good child actors, which is nice.
But Daniel,
yeah,
they called it the Philosopher's Stone. I'm a stupid American. What the fuck does that mean?
I mean,
what's a philosopher? See, even you don't know.
Remember when that guy said, "Fuck bitches, make money"? That guy was a philosopher.
Oh. This stone was made by a real G.
Yeah, he was really pounding the rock, let me tell you.
Okay. All right. Nicholas Flamel was an original gangster.
Was Nicholas Flamel a Blood or a Crip? We'll have to find out.
Oh.
Which house was he in Ilvermorny?
We never saw Nicholas Flamel in the film, so maybe when he appears in this, he'll do it. He'll do a little Crip walk.
I thought we saw his ass.
No.
I remember like a weird old man in one of the later movies.
Harry Potter had a lot of weird old men. Are you thinking of
old men?
Are you thinking of we saw not Ollivander.
We did see Ollivander.
Well, yeah, but there's a flashback of what the fuck is his name? He's the Grindelwald. We saw him.
I could have sworn there was a bit where we saw Nicholas Flamel. Like, I haven't watched these movies in a minute. I'm probably wrong. Anyway, the only other thing that we should talk about here, because I think it's really funny. Why is Snape so hot? Why is he so hot? What the fuck? What's going on? He is like the hottest. He's first of all like the only black guy in the school, which is crazy. And second of all, he's super hot, which is going to make a lot of things really awkward.
There's been a fair amount of controversy over this casting, and I'm not even just talking about people are mad because he's black. I'm sure those people are out there.
100%.
That's not even getting past like what people are talking about is. So when we get to the point of the story that James and his horrible friends were bullying Snape because they thought he looked funny.
Right, we're white James and all of his white friends.
Yeah, they start horrifically bullying.
Use magic to lift a man and hang him in a tree.
Yeah,
that part might play different.
So... And then people are like, Harry, your dad was such a good guy. I mean, he wasn't, but he was really good on the sports team.
He was really good to everyone except the only black kid in school.
He was really awful to the black kids. And we can't say anything about like the Indian or Pakistani kids because we may not have been letting them in by then.
Who knows? Who's to say?
But we do now. So we're good now.
They just kept chasing after Snape and being like, go back to Wagadu, which is the Nigerian Harry Potter school.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
They talk about it. They talk about it in the video game.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I'm probably pronouncing it wrong.
We'll see. We'll see.
I do think it'll be good. I think it'll be pretty good. It's going to be awkward because there's also a lot of bits in like, especially early on, where White Harry is going, well, it's got to be Snape. Look at him.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, back in the books, it's because he's a greasy little fuck who lives in the basement.
Something about this guy,
and now he's just a hot black guy.
Is nobody else thinking this guy is suspicious? And everyone's like, he's just a teacher,
he's literally just black. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's weird. Because Snape's story is that he gets, like, basically friend zoned, and then he joins the Nazi youth.
Yes, that is true. Obviously, it gets more intricate when you get to the end, and
Yeah,
she decided arbitrarily that she wanted to make his story like a sad, beautiful thing with his mom, but obviously his dad was the worst person in the world, turns out, and he looks just like his little fucking asshole dad.
he's got Lily's eyes. They say it every fucking second of
That's
the first
true.
movie.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'll let you know. This one will have a big dog. It'll have a
It's gonna
big
have a
three-headed
big.
dog
It's
in
gonna
it,
have a. It's gonna have a
theoretically.
big dog. It's gonna have a lot of keys. It's gonna be great. It's gonna
That's
be
true.
great.
That's true.
In the last piece of television news I have here, and I think this one's gonna be really fast. But I
Hmm.
only brought it up because it pertains to one of our predictions for the year.
Oh,
Starfleet Academy has been canceled.
did I said that, right? I
You
said that
said it
was
would
going
be
to
canceled
happen.
after one season, and unfortunately for you, they did greenlight a second season specifically to fuck you. Um, but yeah, you were
I,
basically right.
I'm gonna call that one close enough. I'm gonna take
I'll
my.
give you half points for it. I'll
I'm
give you
gonna
half
take my
credit.
half a point. I'm gonna take my half a point and go home. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a lot of people are saying that this is because it's it's a Paramount thing, so now it's owned by the Ellison family, and so it's some combination of they have to shore up a lot of money because they're buying Warner Brothers in a deal that they
Uh
can't
huh.
afford,
Uh
and then
huh.
also because it's like a very liberal show, as pretty much all Star Trek is, and so
Too
they're
woke.
also like, what if we don't have the show where the Klingons are gay, and because the Ellisons are actually evil. So yeah, it's like kind of a messy situation. I haven't watched the show. I've heard exclusively good things from people who have watched it though. So it's a bummer,
That
I guess.
that's and I'm not gonna say I don't trust those people because
Sure.
they're valid in their opinions, but I will say I from what I can
Yeah, you
tell,
said Klingons shouldn't be gay. Get
no, Klingons can
you
absolutely.
said take the folds off their head, just make them guys in brown face again.
Let me put this on record. Klingons should be as gay as they want to be.
Oh hell yeah, let's go.
Um, but no, I New Trek is in a very interesting place as far as the fan base goes, where a lot of people who love the old stuff and a lot of people who I don't know, I guess just like the movies, they're not watching New Trek, so it found a very specific fan base that are very accepting of what new Star Trek is. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, like, I don't know. Again, I'm not saying I don't trust them. I'm just saying, like, it's very possible that you and I could watch it and be like, this is not. I don't know. This is like Arrow Flash season 4. You know what I mean? I
Sure.
don't know.
Yeah.
We'll find out one day maybe.
I do think, and this has been a thing that I think even Shatner said on some for some reason, that a lot of the stuff that we've been seeing in TOS, like if that came out today, the same people who would be complaining about gay Klingons would be complaining about like, well, why is Uhura get to be on the bridge? Like, why are
Yeah, they
shit
would. They
like that?
absolutely would.
There's a lot of like surprisingly progressive stuff in that show, and a lot of unsurprisingly not great stuff, but every so
That's
often
true.
there's some like actually genuinely really progressive shit that happens in that show that people be
Star
like,
Trek is a.
this is woke trash, this is garbage. It's
It,
like it's
it
literally
is.
it's like it's from the 60s, brother. Like go fuck yourself. I'm sorry that you're behind in the times.
That's why they hate woke so much because hippies were woke, and I guess they kind of won the culture war a little bit for a while
Yeah,
at
hell
least.
yeah. We love a hippie. Shout out Leo from from that 70s show.
Oh yeah, yeah, Tommy Chong.
Um,
Get Tommy Chong on Star Trek.
hey man, are you ready for the sad part of the episode?
I guess, yeah.
That's right. Hey, let's talk
We
about all the video game stuff.
we talk about movies and shows, and it's like mostly optimistic, and then the
Yeah,
second we go to video games, it's like, all
it's a bad
right,
time. It's a bad time to
I
be in the
guess,
video games, let me tell you. Um, so let's start with this one. Epic Games, the Fortnite company, has laid off 1,000 people. It was unclear. They said it's 1,000 people from like the Fortnite team, which frankly, 1,000 people working on one game is insane. But here we are. Um,
I'll,
it,
I'll
it's
lay off 1,000 people before I let this company die.
I mean, yeah, literally. It apparently represents like 20, I think it was 23% of the, and again, I wasn't clear in the reporting if it was 23% of the Fortnite team or 23% of Epic. I feel like it has to be of Epic because you think there's no way that there's like 4,000 people working on just Fortnite. There's no way, right?
I wouldn't even be able to begin to estimate what
Me neither.
they're all doing.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, there's a lot of server maintenance because it's one of the biggest, most active games
True.
ever.
That's
Uh,
and that's one of the big things that people are saying about this is it's like it's crazy that the fact that Fortnite is doing this means A, nobody's safe, and B, it means that it has nothing to do with how successful the game is. It has everything to do with the projections being forced on something by like a corporate body that does not understand video games at all.
yeah, 100%.
Because literally Fortnite is so big that it is the number one named reason for why other games fail, because people are just spending all their time playing a handful of these live service games that take up everyone's time, and the number one
Yeah,
is Fortnite,
yeah.
right? So if the game that is the domineering force on the industry, if that one's not doing well enough for these stuffed shirts over at Epic to, pad their money pools with gold towels and shit,
Yeah.
then I don't know what the fuck that means, but it's not good. It's
Someone
straight up insane,
some
actually.
someone looked at numbers on a spreadsheet and said like, well, if we cut this many people, then we could all get a nice Christmas bonus or something. And they must have the thought process of, well, if we cut this many people and then this video game gets worse, then we'll just make whoever's left to make another one. They'll do it again. Who cares?
Yeah,
Like they don't understand the culture or the I'm gonna say the business,
the
like the
business.
actual
They
business of like
literally
what it
don't.
is
Yeah.
to hook and keep these people playing these games.
It's crazy. Some of the people that they've laid off are probably because they got paid more, are some of the people who have been there for the longest time. And so a lot of the people who still work there are like, hey, that guy you fired was like the only person who knows how the back end of this shit works. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some like actual technical issues come up in Fortnite in the near future. It probably get
Yeah.
fixed pretty fast because the people who are working there, I'm sure, aren't stupid,
Do you
and there's
do you know what
evidently
else?
4 fucking thousand of them.
Do you know
So,
what else this happened with? This is almost exactly what you just described.
uh,
Twitter.com.
oh yeah, yeah, that's true. That's actually unfortunately very true. As part of this, they're also paring back some of the. I know you don't play Fortnite, so this might not mean anything to you, but they're paring back some of the game modes that were in it. Inside Fortnite, there was a lot of like side games that Epic made that
Mhm.
are some of them are being removed. So there was like Rocket Racing, that one's going away. Some aspects of the like festival mode are going away. That's like their Rock Band version. There's still parts of it that are going to exist because they have too much tie-in with like concerts and shit. But
Mhm.
aspects of that are going away. So they're just paring down a lot of what those different parts are, which I don't know. If they weren't successful, then like I kind of get it. I don't know a single person who was playing Rocket Racing, so I do get that. But shit, man, 1,000 people is insane, right?
1,000 is a big number.
It's insane because it's coming from what has to be like one of if not the most money making company in the games industry,
Mhm.
like in terms of profit at least, because their overhead for they're two big things, Fortnite and Unreal Engine. They got to be just raking in money on that shit,
Mhm.
right? And the fact that they're still looking at their spreadsheets and being like, yeah, I don't think we need 1,000 people. Insane to me. Actually insane.
Well, at least nothing else bad happened in video games this
Yeah,
week.
for sure. So anyway, so Nvidia. So this was technically last week, but we were off. Um, so Nvidia put out a big showcase for their new feature called DLSS 5, something something super sampling 5. What the previous versions have done is basically just upscale shit, and they does use some amount of AI to do that. But largely it's just been like, oh, we're gonna like touch up the lighting a little bit, or we're gonna like make these textures that are already here just like look a little bit sharper, things like that, which
Yeah.
generally have been good things. This one is crazy.
Uh-huh.
This one, it seems like they are. The only thing I can describe it as is they are trying really desperately to prove to their shareholders that their AI push has been worth it for them because it's the only thing they have going for them right now. And investors are pulling out of AI super fucking hard right now. I don't know if you've seen all of that. So they're
Yeah.
they're really trying to prove to their shareholders that the thing that they've been putting all of their money in is worth it. And so what they've done is they put out this thing that basically just turns every single thing that we saw in it into just straight up slop. Like it absolutely ruins everything that it touches. They showed it on a couple different characters, and it took them from like that's a video game character to like that's an AI sex bot that's going to tell me that her DMs are lonely. Um,
Nice.
The worst offenders for this, and I'm sure that you've seen the pictures. If not, I can send them to you. But there's one of a kid from Hogwarts Legacy, so that's coming back up, where it makes him look like he's 40 when he's 14 because it just like doesn't understand what the character's supposed to look like, and it makes him super shiny for no fucking reason.
Haven't seen that. AI loves to make things shiny.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. And then Grace from Resident Evil. I know you saw that one because I sent you that one.
I saw that one.
Where it just like tries to make her sexy because the AI is being trained by the worst kind of people, I assume. Yeah. Where it's just like it doesn't take into effect anything about the character. It just says like this woman is not hot enough, which is a fucking terrible message in general. But the specific shot that they take, not that she gets more attractive throughout the game because she basically spends the whole time running, crying, and screaming. But is from right at the beginning of the game where she's going to the hotel where her mom died. She's like a neurodivergent shut-in with like bad PTSD, cannot talk to people. And the AI said, you know what? I think that this girl would wake up on the day that she's investigating her mother's murder at a haunted hotel. And I think that she would put on an inch thick fucking cake of makeup and get lip fillers and like fucking put on fake eyelashes and do all this shit. And also frankly change the entire shape of her face. And it's like, no, that's not who the character is.
You know what, AI? I think I disagree.
And look, frankly, I think she's more attractive before. Not that matters.
Oh, where she looks like a human being?
Human fucking being. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. The internet reaction to this has been absolutely fucking wonderful. Where the internet, by and large, fucking hates it.
This wasn't everybody disliked that.
Everyone the only place where I consistently saw people being positive toward it was, of course, on fucking Twitter.
Well, everyone there has like completely backed AI and Grok and cryptocurrency and all the other shit that no one wants to touch. Yeah. So they have to double down and keep going with it.
Yeah. Well, and unfortunately, I do know one person in the real world who does think that it makes it look better, and I'm like, it literally doesn't. Like
I know who that person is.
It actually literally doesn't. It's like the exact line that I've heard thrown around by that person and others is like, well, why shouldn't she be sexy? It's like, because that's not the fucking point. Like, first, that's not who the character is. That's not what the situation is. Like, oh, but sex sells. That's what.
Why does every fictional woman owe you to be what you consider sexy? I don't get that.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you can't play a video game where you don't want to fuck the main character.
Identity that fits what the character is. The right. Hey, listen, there are writers who
for now
write what a character is for now until these same people who want every character to be a sex bot, they also want the writers gone. So oh well.
Yeah.
But there are writers who are like, this is the character, this is her arc, this is who she is as a person, this is what she looks like. Boom. There you go. They did all the work for you. They didn't ask for your horrific input.
Right. No one asked. And it's also like, and again, I cannot stress how much this is not the point. It's not even like Grace is an unattractive person, right? It's not like she's not like morbidly obese or like has terrible skin or anything like that. It's not even a situation where like, oh, she like, it's not she's going from like a 5 to a 10. She's going from like a 9 to a 10. And it's like, for what fucking reason?
Everybody who played Resident Evil 9 already loved Grace.
Right.
What was there to change? And for the record, everyone also loved Leon.
They
like,
also
I don't just mean like
him.
I don't just mean like, hey, this is Leon, this is our favorite character, we love Leon. I mean, damn, Daddy, we love Leon.
He's literally
Look at him in that tight little shirt. God damn.
He's baby girl, and I will not apologize for saying so. Man, it's just so upsetting. It's really, really upsetting. And okay, so the way that it works is that it takes, a scan of the 2D image, so it doesn't really even take into effect, the depth or the scene really at all. It takes the picture, and then the AI guesses what that's supposed to be and how to make it look better by basically running it through an Instagram filter, and then it pastes that between you and the character. And so to me, what it looks like
Like
is
wearing a mask.
it looks like, I mean, we've played a lot of these older games for replay. It looks like where they used to just take an actual photograph of an actor and stretch it over a polygon face,
the
but
3D model.
just like
Yeah.
the modern version of it. So it looks better than that, but like the same concept. And so
Yeah.
when I look at it, it has me just like fully Thelma and Louising into the fucking uncanny valley. Like it's insane. Like the second, and there's, for good reason, I assume, none of the clips that they show really involve the character moving too much, because in the very few seconds that we get of that, it just looks like a demon trying to escape from a flesh prison. Like it does not move correctly. It looks wrong. And they didn't show it in this, but in some other stuff that's come out afterwards, they've shown DLSS 5 trying to run in the Oblivion remake or remaster, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And it looks even fucking worse there, because the people in that game have like an art style to them. So like wood elves aren't shaped like normal people. And so it tries to make a wood elf sexy and it doesn't work. Or like it tries to make it can't even handle the human characters in that because they're kind of stylized. There's a clip going around right now of just a normal human character who blinks sideways like a fucking gecko.
Very nice.
Because the AI doesn't know what his face is.
Very nice. You know, we would have real egg on our face if we didn't go out of our way to mention, specifically because we chose Resident Evil as our prime example here.
Yeah.
Every major character in all the modern Resident Evil games, the remakes from 2 onward and Resident Evil 9, all scanned real actors' faces.
Right.
These are all genuine people that have been hired. We want your face. It's insulting to say that's not,
well,
you're not hot enough, person who
and I've
played
also
Grace.
And I've also seen people like put up, you know, yassified post AI Grace next to the picture of the actual actress and being like, look, it looks more like her. And it's like, no, it's just this picture she's wearing makeup, and this one, the character has been shot with Homer Simpson's makeup shotgun. And so that looks closer to what the character would actually have done, which is not put on makeup, because she's going to a fucking crime scene by herself in a haunted, burned down fucking hotel. And also, that's just not a thing that she would do. That's a human being. She's clearly not a makeup girly.
There's just a disconnect of people. Once it becomes a video game, they just no longer understand what, like, acting performance is.
Yeah.
Stylistic choice, writing character,
art
arc.
Style.
Yeah, they just don't. It's a video game. I'm holding a controller, therefore I should be able to tell you exactly how sexy I want this to be.
Right. Well, maybe
there's other games to go play, dude. There's other. If you go on Steam, there's 100 of fucking Gooner games for you to play. Go do that.
You can play hentai Sleep with a Horse Girl right now if you want. I didn't mean to side subtweet Musume. That wasn't what I meant. I didn't
leave my horse.
I didn't even
alone.
mean it. I didn't even mean it. Is the thing. I didn't even mean it.
Leave my horse girls
alone. Okay. The thing that I think is most offensive about it is that, like, it doesn't even do the thing that DLSS 4 did well. It doesn't do the lighting and the texture part well. You look at the same settings, or like, you know, without characters in it, you look at the backgrounds, or you look at a couple of the screenshots that they've done of just like, here's the town in Oblivion, here's some shot in Starfield or whatever. And it just makes everything look like it was shot on the volume. I had to ask you what that was called the other day. This is why.
Yeah.
Where it's just like it. You know, there were obviously versions of people using the volume that looked great, but you know, when people don't use it right and everything ends up looking just wrong, it looks like that. Where it just like removes all of the shadows and like depth and field from every shot, so it ends up looking like it's not a real place. It's like a set on a soundstage. It doesn't even do the thing as well as the previous version of the thing. And then they come out, right? And they're like, okay, so we want to launch this in the fall, but right now it doesn't work. And we're like, hey, Nvidia, first of all, unforced error. You didn't have to show us this. You could have said nothing and we would have been okay.
Hmm.
Second of all, what you didn't have to tell us is that it doesn't even run on a single 5090. So the 5090 is the highest card right now. It
Right.
costs, depending on the time of day, seemingly these days,
Okay.
either
Right.
$4,000 or $5,000.
Hmm.
It is a used car, like a bad used car.
Hmm.
For these demos, they had the game running on one 5090 and DLSS 5 running on a second D5090 because that was the only way they could get it to work. The only way that you can get your fucking AI slop Instagram filter characters is if you're running on $10,000 worth of GPU.
Nice.
Which means
Well,
not only does it look like shit, not only will this be unavailable for the majority of people because almost nobody has a 5090 right now for obvious reasons,
hmm
but it's also going to end up making the job for developers who choose to use this way harder because now they still have to develop the game like normal. It's not like they can use this AI tool, quote unquote, to cut
right.
out the middleman because 99% of the user base won't be able to even use it because it'll be on either AMD software or a console or just a lower Nvidia card, right?
Yeah.
So they still have to make the normal version of the game, and now they also have to take however much longer it takes to get this shit working if they want to use this. So I'm hoping that what that means is just no one will fucking use it, because why would you bother?
No. Yeah. At the end of the day, they seem to have dead-ended themselves in an absolutely pointless venture because you're taking unnecessary steps and paying tens of thousands of dollars to make something that everyone already liked worse. Like, no, who is this for?
There's literally that same shot of Grace. There's videos of, I think, Moist Critical, but like a lot of people looking at the background and being like, okay, so it took the lights off of this car, and it made the box on this merge into the wall over here, and like just picking apart, like it didn't, like we're focused on this Instagram filter Grace in front of us. It's fucked up the background beyond recognition.
I believe it. I
And I'm
believe it.
just like, why? And then the fucking douchebag in charge of Nvidia, who always comes out in his fucking leather jacket, and he's such a cock. He saw the backlash and he was like, no, actually, it's the children who are wrong.
Yeah, no, of course you would say that.
I'm just like, go fuck yourself. Actually, go fuck yourself. Pisses me off so much. Anyway, if you think DLSS 5 looks good, go outside. Just look at what a real human being or a real fucking tree looks like, and then come back to me and try to convince yourself
just
that
kind of
that
yeah,
looks what that looks like.
just I would just say respectfully, just reevaluate how you look at things.
Ugh. Anyway, so that was the worst week of worst news of last week.
Oh
Here's
yeah.
the worst news of this week, and also
Oh fuck, there's more.
it's our final topic of the night. But it is multiple topics sort of built into one. The overarching topic of this is, I'm just going to call it, is what the hell is happening at Sony?
Mhm.
Because when I posted a couple of these things back to back, that's what you said in our group chat.
I said, are they trying to like scrap a bunch of stuff to like sell the company or something? Because what are they doing?
So PlayStation, who recently has started trying to use dynamic pricing to make certain people pay more for video games, and who has also been seemingly holding a gun at reviewers' head to tell them not to review Marathon at the time it came out so that they wouldn't give it a bad review because the game's bad. Which, by the way, the raid that they wanted people to wait for is out now and is
Mhm.
also apparently broken.
Oh,
So,
nice.
so that didn't work.
Oops.
They are now doing the following things. Number one, they're raising the price on all hardware.
Yeah.
The PS5, base PS5, is going from $550 to $650, a $100 raise. The PS5 digital is going from $499 to $599, again a $100 raise. The PS5 Pro is going from $750 to $900, a $150 raise. The PlayStation Portal, which is effectively like the Wii U gamepad but for the PlayStation, is going from $199 to $250, so only a $50 raise, I guess there. But this is insane, obviously. In a time where they are also, I think we talked about this on the show, also talking about pulling out from the PC marketplace. They're now making it $100 to $150 more prohibited to get into their ecosystem.
Yes.
They're saying, hey, you thought that you only had to pay like $600 for the console and the game to play something over on PlayStation if you don't already own a PlayStation, if you're a PC guy.
Right. Right.
What if instead it was 700? That's what they've said.
Hmm.
And I don't want to focus too much on this because it's only going to get worse from here, but the reaction to this has been a lot more like divisive than I would have expected it to be, because like the price is going up. That's bad. Like everyone knows that's bad, right? No.
Yes.
I've literally seen people online being like, the value of my PS5 has appreciated, like it's a fucking stock.
Sure.
And I want to believe they're joking, but knowing the people who have been saying it, I don't know for sure.
No. I
don't know for sure.
You out there that you said that, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. I know you're joking. That's funny.
God, I fucking hope so. I'm 50-50, but I fucking hope so. They've also shut down a studio this week. They shut down Dark Outlaw Games. This is a studio that probably not a lot of people know about because they were just opened, so they haven't put a game out.
Is that like a 3-week streak? I feel like we've done 3 recaps, 3 shutdown studios.
It's been, I mean, we took a week off in the middle there, or maybe 2 weeks off in the middle there. But yeah, because it was Blue Point, and then they didn't own the Until Dawn studio that's name escapes me right now. But yeah, that one got shut down sort of because of them, but it wasn't. They didn't shut it down,
right?
But Dark Outlaw, that is them. It's actually the 8th studio that PlayStation has shut down since the launch of the PlayStation 5. Those being Manchester Studio, Japan Studio, London Studio, Pixel Opus, Firewalk, Neon Koi, Blue Point, and now Dark Outlaw. This one has like an especially tragic story, if you want to put it that way. So this guy, Jason Blundell, was like the face of Call of Duty Zombies for a long time. He leaves to start at a studio called Deviation Games. A little while after they announced that they exist, they partner with PlayStation for their first game, because they're a new studio. They need help funding it, right? They're like a couple of guys. PlayStation, after like a year, backs out of that. But because of how PlayStation publishing works, they now own that IP, which means Deviation Games can't sell it. They can't continue working on it for somebody else because PlayStation owns that. Like, that's their shit now. So they have to either completely restart on a different game or shut down the studio. Well, they don't have the money or the time to start a new game, so they shut down the studio. Jason Blundell then gets hired at PlayStation to open a new studio inside the PlayStation first-party family called Dark Outlaw. This was summer of last year. Here we are, less than 12 months later. They never announced a game. They never had any real meaningful rumors of what the game was going to be, except right now there was a thing that came out that said it wasn't even a live service game, which I don't believe, but we'll see how that pans out. I'm sure someone will say something more definitive in the coming weeks because it's like just happened. And now they're closed. So they took this guy, got his studio shut down, hired him, and then fired him again. Laying off, we don't even know how many people between the two instances. I would have to guess at least a couple hundred. And they didn't even, and that's not even the only people they laid off this week. They also laid off 50 people from their mobile games department, which I didn't really know that they had, but hey, guess what? I guess not really anymore. So that sucks ass, obviously. I don't know what game they would have made. We know that Jason Blundell has a history in live service games, but then there's this rumor that says it wasn't. So literally we have no information. But you would think, right? You would think in your, logical part of your brain that if you hire a guy and build a new studio, it's going to take more than 12 months to put a product out the door, right? Like, that.
Yeah.
When you go into it, that that's going to be the case. So what? I don't understand. I don't understand how, because it's going to take even longer because you have to build a new studio and then get the studio going in one direction to put this thing together. There's not a built-in, system, I guess. There's not a process at this studio because it doesn't exist yet of, how to do this. They're going to have to figure out their own way and figure, it's going to take longer.
Sure.
But instead, after less than a year, they're just shut down. We just said, hey, you know what? Actually, never mind. What? What do you mean? Then why even do this? And PlayStation's done this a lot lately with other stupid shit where they were like, because they did this with the Last of Us factions like a couple years back, where they were
Right.
like, "Hey, Naughty Dog's going to make this live service game for Last of Us," which they didn't have to do. It was an unforced error.
Hmm.
It was supposed to be just a multiplayer mode that was built into Last of Us 2 when that launched, and then they spun it out and they said it's going to be its own game, and then they worked on it forever, and then they went, oh shit, like if we make a live service game, we have to support a live service game. And it's like, yeah, no shit. What the fuck did you think this was?
Hmm.
And so then they scrapped the whole thing and laid off a bunch of people. And it's the same thing here. And I just don't understand how we keep doing this.
That's a good question. I don't have. I don't know.
It's truly upsetting. The PS5 came out in 2020. It's now 2026, barely, and we've shut down 8 studios, 2 of which, maybe 3 of which, at least 2 of which were also bought in that time period, and we didn't give a chance to put out a video game underneath us before we shut them down. Like what? What? Ridiculous. But don't worry. The fun don't stop there. They also shut down Pixomondo, which is a very bad name for a VFX company that has won multiple Oscars and Emmys.
Right.
They've won Emmys for their VFX on Game of Thrones, House of Dragon, The Boys, presumably some other stuff, but those are the big ones. And then they won an Oscar for Hugo.
Oh,
Sony only bought this company in 2022, and now they've shut them down. Despite the fact, clearly they're still working. House of Dragon's got a new season coming out in like a couple months.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're also working on Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I would have to assume, based on the fact they worked on the other 2 Game of Thrones shows.
Well, there's no dragons in that yet.
Yeah, but they got to. I'm sure there's some amount of VFX or something.
Almost certainly, but no dragons.
No dragons. So it's just like, to your point, where you said in the group chat, you're like, are they like trying to cut off things to make themselves look better for like to sell off or something? To which my answer would be, I don't understand why you would even close these things. Like, if your plan is I'm going to sell the company or I'm going to sell parts of the company, why would you not just sell Pixomondo? Someone would buy that. They've won fucking awards. Maybe no one will buy Dark Outlaw. Someone would buy Bluepoint off you. Someone would buy, some of these other studios off of you.
That's a very good point.
Instead of just cutting and running, you could make money off of this.
Yeah.
So, so what's happening? I truly don't understand it, because it doesn't make any sense from a business standpoint. It doesn't make any sense to me. It simply, the only thing that it could possibly mean in my mind is like that the company is like not making the money that they thought that they should be, or something. But that feels ridiculous because PlayStation is the most money making fuckers in the company, in the industry rather. I don't know what their revenue, or what the difference between their revenue and their profit is. Maybe they're not making a lot of profit and they're making a lot of revenue, but they're the biggest marketplace in video games. They have sold the most consoles in video games. Now they're upping the price of their consoles, so that number's going to slow down. But people are still going to buy the fucker. Those prices don't go into effect until April 2nd, presumably because they didn't want to do it on the 1st because they didn't want people thinking it was a joke. And then, man, I don't know. Like, I'd love to have some great, like, intelligent, put together, thought about what this means and why they're doing this. But I truly don't have that. Like, I look at these situations and I'm like, I don't understand how a company that on the surface is doing so well, it is in like the pole position of the entire fucking video games industry.
Yeah.
Is getting themselves into a situation where they have to be cutting studios before we even see what they're capable of, where we have to cut out VFX companies that are winning fucking Oscars and Emmys and are working on some of the biggest shows in the world, where we have to raise the price of our shit $150 at the same time that we're saying we're not going to sell as many games to this other platform. We're now making it harder to get into our platform where it's the only place. Like, I cannot put these dots together. Like, I'm drawing the lines between them, but no one put the fucking numbers on them, so I just keep drawing the wrong thing. I don't understand what's happening.
And unfortunately, just the nature of the culture of talking about video game companies and everything, you can't even bring in a purported expert to say, like, can you explain what's happening here? Because everybody has their own biases.
Yeah.
Everyone, like, if we ask, like, hey, you're keeping an eye on this, do you know what's going on? They'll say, yeah, well, actually, PlayStation is doing this because PlayStation rocks and Xbox is fucking stupid. It's like,
Can I
oh
tell
well,
you? I literally saw that
we
take.
didn't we didn't ask that. We asked why are they firing so many people, and they're like, well, Xbox. You see, it's like, no, dude, we're not talking about Xbox.
Hey,
We're
we're
talking.
talking about a different guy. We're talking about a
This
different
is a
company.
different thing. If you want to, we could talk about how bad Microsoft is after, if you want, if you really want to get that off your chest. But this is a
This
separate
is a
thing.
different guy.
So can we? What's going on? So yeah, I don't.
I I was
I
watching
wish.
again. Man, I was watching a podcast that I usually really like because they're usually really funny, talking
Mhm.
about these things, and they just kept circling back to like, and here's how it's somehow Xbox's fault. Like they want to blame the state that the video game industry is on Xbox, and it's like Xbox is the smallest publisher. I mean, I guess they're one of the bigger publishers, but they're the smallest platform in the video game space. They don't have that much sway, really, clearly, because they were trying to get everyone to put their shit multi-platform, and it didn't fucking work. So clearly, they don't
Mhm.
have that much sway over the games industry, right? Like we've
Mhm.
seen this now. We know this to be true.
Sure.
So don't come onto your podcast with millions of viewers and try and fucking tell me that, oh well, they only bought Dark Outlaw games because they were threatened by Xbox buying things, and they shouldn't have done that. That was a bad call for them. It's like, yeah, it might have been a bad call for them, but we can't pretend that this is a different company's fucking fault for them buying them. Would you
So
also
let
blame Microsoft for PlayStation buying Bluepoint? Because when they bought Bluepoint, even I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. Like they're basically exclusively working for PlayStation anyway. It makes fucking sense for them to be part of the same company. And then they couldn't even get a fucking game out the door. How is? Tell me how that's Xbox's fucking fault. Because I don't know. Insane, actually insane. The number of times that I heard from this same podcast the phrase, oh, but you know, every time PlayStation shoots themselves in the foot, Xbox shoots themselves in the head. It's like, that's not what we're fucking talking about. We're, we're talking
Yeah,
about
it's just deflecting the
how
issue.
over the last couple weeks here, because normally PlayStation's doing pretty good, but over the last couple weeks here, PlayStation has shot themselves in the foot so many times, I'm not sure they got feet left to stand on. That's what we're talking about.
Well,
That's
they've got thousands of left feet now
like
because they fired them all.
they fired him. That's right. That's true. God damn. And then on top of this, they're also being douchebags because after laying off everybody at Blue Point Games, there was a really popular investigative journalist who unfortunately doesn't use his real name, so he's called Detective Seeds. But
Okay.
he does like a lot of good work, and he usually is one of the people who people in the industry go to and sort of talk to. He talked to some of the people who got laid off at Blue Point about the situation, how they were like generally unhappy about it because of course they got laid off.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And PlayStation's reaction to that was to completely blacklist the guy. They completely cut off his access. He won't be getting any review codes. He won't be getting any hardware. He won't be getting access to events. They literally did the thing. They literally did the thing that people joke about for all of these other movie companies and shit doing of like,
Yeah.
oh well, you have to be nice to them or they won't
Or
give you
else
the
you don't
fucking
get
swag
invited to the
bag on the red
party.
carpet or
Yeah, yeah,
whatever. They
yeah.
literally did the thing blatantly for everyone to see in broad fucking daylight, like the Ninjas and Spider-Man's trailer. And
Yeah.
and yet, but this is how it's Xbox's fault. What are we talking about?
Oh, Daniel, I can't wait until we're blacklisted.
It's
That's going to be such a big day for
we're
us.
never gonna get listed.
No, that's how we'll know we made it, though. It's gonna take a while,
Yeah,
but
a
eventually,
PlayStation
eventually,
exec will reach out.
we're gonna get a notice saying like, "Hi, I'm John Noodle from
John Noodle.
PlayStation America headquarters, and we just want to say, fuck you and the horse you rode in on."
We're
Like,
never
oh, we
gonna send
made
you
it.
review codes. You never
We
did.
made, and then other podcasts will talk about how we're fucking shills for Xbox. Man, can you find some like bad Xbox thing to talk about?
The only
We
bad
gotta
thing
we gotta balance it out, man.
I specifically like didn't even put in the good Xbox news from this week because I was
All
afraid that
right.
that would be the
That's
case.
that's all we gotta do.
There's some like very minor things where there's like rumors that Asha Sharma is looking to try and lower the price of Game Pass. And it's like, will that ever happen? Probably not. But like, it's crazy that that's a real thing that she's looking into. Or like they had a
Um,
showcase this week that was pretty decent, but it was all third party stuff that like wasn't
if you
really worth
make
talking about.
I'm gonna do the I'm gonna do the work for us. If you make the price for Game Pass lower, then that's stupid because then you're a dumb company and you're not going to be able to pay the people who made the game, and then you're going to cause companies to shut down. You're gonna make Sony shut down more studios, dude.
You're gonna make
Xbox.
Oh my god.
If you make, Hank, they're gonna think I'm joking. Hey, I'm on your side.
I'm sorry. I should stop laughing. You're right.
Xbox. If you make Sony shut down any more studios, we're gonna have some crosswords for you next week,
guys. Hey,
Xbox.
If you lower the price of Game Pass, then PlayStation will have no choice but to shut down Insomniac. They'll have no choice.
They're gonna shoot Spider-Man in the head on live webcast, and it's gonna be all Xbox's fault.
Oh my god, I can't believe Xbox did this.
All right, we're gonna get some nasty comments about that. Let's.
The video games industry is just it's hell right now, which is I mean, it's crazy because we're still getting like really good games. Like Resident Evil just came out. Like we're getting good shit, but then you look at the business of it, and you're like, oh my god.
Well, yeah, and it's because the business can't be held accountable because nobody can talk about the business without like drooling all over themselves and fisting their own buttholes. Like, shut the fuck up.
Fisting their own buttholes is crazy.
It's what happens.
Anyway, if you're glad that we're not doing that, hopefully, at least not yet. I don't know. Someone pays us enough money, I'll shill. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, PlayStation, pay us.
Yeah, pay us.
So then we'll go against you, and that'll fast track the blacklisting.
Yeah, hell yeah, can't wait. You can leave a comment about how you feel about any of these things, or what you thought the Spider-Man trailer looked like, or hey, are those real ninjas? Are you a Nazi? Is that your elf? You can leave a comment about all of that in the comments, either on YouTube or Spotify. Those are the two platforms we're on. Whichever one you're clearly listening to us on right now, I'd love it if you went to the other one and left a comment there as well, or at least just hit subscribe. You don't got to watch nothing over there. Just hit the button. Doesn't cost you nothing.
Listen to both at the same time.
Listen to them both at the same time. Actually, you know what? We got all this in playlists. Just put on a playlist. You can lower the volume to like 1% and just go to work and let it play like 46 episodes of recap. Why not?
Yeah.
Who's that going to hurt? Not me.
Do it. You know who it'll hurt? It'll hurt PlayStation.
Somehow PlayStation. You can follow the show on Twitter at @RSR_POD. You can follow me on Twitter or Blue Sky at DanielJMcG.
You can follow me on Blue Sky at Skyler 8-bit.
And until next time, everybody, we'll see you around.
The game's just starting, the world's so bright. Jump right in, everything